Hello there everyone, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Today we'll be addressing one of the most common issues in between Revit users. Guys, when we create a DWG export, all the sheets and views, for example, will be set as a completely separate DWG file. How we can set or save them in a single file though? This is a question that we want to address today. Well, for doing so, we need a plugin called MLabs. After installing the plugin, you'll be presented with this item called Multi-Layouts. Let's select it. A tab would appear containing some segments. First, select Sheets. Here, we can specify the sheets that we want to use in our exporting process. I can sort them based on some specific parameters, or you can select them based on the sheet sets that you created before. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and select some of these views. Maybe randomly. Okay, back to our main tab. Here we got export options. Now, if you already got some exporting options, you can select them. Otherwise, click here. This tab would be open called Modify DWG or DXF Export Setup. Here you can specify the settings and options that you want for your exporting process, or again, if you already have some settings, you can select them from here and they would automatically be applied. Alright, I'm just going to go with the settings that I already got. Now, we need to specify a path or a location for saving our file. And then back here, if we enable this option, all the files would be merged up and they would also be opened in AutoCAD. And yeah, that's it. Just hit OK. After that, this sheet list tab would be open. And here we can do a last recheck somehow, like whether we have specified all the views and sheets correctly or not. After clicking on OK, the exporting process will be started, and all of your selected sheets and views will be set inside this single DWG file. And as I said earlier, they would automatically be merged up and opened in AutoCAD. Now guys, the process includes two stages. Number 1, exporting. Number 2, merging. And well, you can check the whole process step by step. Like for example, currently, sheet 4 is being exported out of the total 9. Alright, the exporting is done. Here's our AutoCAD, and now the merging begins. After the merging, we can click on Model down here, and as you can see, all the sheets are set next to each other. Alright guys, this is a method for creating a single DWG export file out of several sheets in Revit, and the whole thing will be done quite automatically. I mentioned automatically because without this plugin, we have to do everything manually, and it'll take a long time. Now guys, let's say we don't have the MLabs plugin in Revit, but we have it in AutoCAD. I mean, yes, they are from the same company, but they are exclusive to their softwares. One for Revit, one for AutoCAD. Like, obviously, this one is for AutoCAD. Now, let's say we've exported some files in Revit. As an example, I'm going to use these files. Let me see. I'm going to select some of these sheets here, like these 5. Now, as you already know, and as I mentioned earlier, when we create such exports in Revit, we'll get separate files. Let me complete my process. Let me open up this tab to show you the ongoing process. See? So we have separate files. I'm going to copy this path. Oh, it's not done yet. Wait for it. Now, back to AutoCAD. Well, obviously, you need to install the plugin first. After that, click on Merge. Select the first option. Then open up our folder. Select all of the files. And open. And again, all the files would be set inside this single DWG file. Quite simple. Done. So guys, we saw 2 ways for achieving our goal. Number 1, using MLabs in Revit to create an AutoCAD DWG file directly. And the second way that we just saw was for when we only have the MLabs in AutoCAD. Now remember guys, using MLabs, you would be able to create a sheet set, and also, as we just saw in our example, whenever we were presented with separate files, we would be able to use this plugin to merge them all in a single file. And overall, this method adds a lot more pace to your work.